A pleasant day for everyone. Our group is going to discuss the Conic sections, a virtual presentation of real-world architectural designs. Our group chose the Colosseum, or also known as the Flavian Amphitheater. Let's start with the important information of the design. The Colosseum is an elliptical structure made of stone, concrete, and tuff, and it stands 4 stories tall at its highest point. It measures 620 by 513 feet, or 189 by 156 meters, and could hold as many as 50,000 spectators. The Colosseum was famously used for gladiatorial combat. The Colosseum, or also called as the Flavian Amphitheater, is a giant amphitheater built in Rome under the Flavian emperors. The construction of the Colosseum was begun sometime between 70 and 72 CE during the reign of Vespasian. The completed structure was dedicated in 80 CE by Titus. The Colosseum was built by Vespasian for Titus. The exact location of this model is located at Radio 3, Isis et Serapis in Rome, Italy. This type of structure is considered as amphitheater. Did you know? One of the main reasons why the Roman Colosseum is broken and partly destroyed is because after the fall of Rome, most of the existing structures were used as materials for the creation of new constructions. Moreover, in the 7th century, there was an earthquake in Rome which destroyed part of the Colosseum. Did you also know that located below the Colosseum is an underground area called the Hypogeum? This was divided into two levels, which comprise of a series of connected corridors and tunnels that lead into and out of the Colosseum. There is also a seating sequence in the Roman Colosseum. In the top tier was the Emperor's Box, which provided the best view of the arena. Other members of the Roman political and social elite also sat in the highest tier. On the second tier sat the Roman upper class, made up of government officials and businessmen. The third tier housed the ordinary Roman citizens, while in the fourth, women and the poor sat or stood on wooden benches. The Roman Colosseum was abandoned for centuries, but now the Colosseum is finally getting a makeover. After a long time of existence, the Roman Colosseum is finally getting a makeover to look at its finest. Now to discuss why did we chose this topic is to be discussed by Mr. Benedict Gonzalez.
Thank you, Mr. Bernardo. Okay, we choose this design because it's highly related to the one of the conic section. When you look on the top is shaped like a one of the conic section. The Roman Colosseum is the most historical in Italy, Rome. The Colosseum used several materials. The main one is travertine, a limestone, marble, for decoration, tuff, volcano, brick, and lime for the rings. Which is we also use metal, mainly bronze, to bind the stone together. The structure of the Colosseum is built by Flavian emperors.
Now, to discuss what conic section can be seen is to be discussed by Ms. Edsar Ibanez.
Thank you, Mr. Bernardo. The conic section of the Roman Colosseum, which is located at the center of Rome, Italy, is an ellipse or also known as elliptical. The construction of this began 70 and 70 CE or the Common Era. Roman Colosseum is a giant amphitheater that was built in Rome under the Flavian emperors. It measures 188 meters in length, 156 meters in width, and 57 meters in height. It was built of million tons of concrete, stone, and other materials. It is one of the largest amphitheaters of the Roman Empire and the most famous tourist attraction. It was famous because it is the origin of gladiator fights, exotic animals, execution of prisoners, and recreation of battles. They made it elliptical because it enables the stadium to hold more seats. The Colosseum can accommodate 50,000 to 80,000 seats. However, the architect who designed this structure is unknown. It also minimized the impact of the wind which means that there is only a little lateral steel reinforcement that is needed. Besides, it also improves the building's quality. The structure, design, and the other architectural aids of this probably took a lot of effort. This is a significant example of fine engineering and it exhibits the technological advancements of the Romans. It is better than a square or rectangle stadium because there is no corner and everyone can clearly see the center.
This is the photographic structure of the half of the Colosseum, and the other one is the actual pictures of the Colosseum. Now to discuss the most and important part is to be discussed by Mr. Jerry Baroga.
Thank you, Mr. Bernardo. So to sum it up, Conic section has a big role to make our lives convenient. Actually, it can be seen everywhere because wherever we go, we can see circles, parabola, hyperbola, and ellipse, whether it is man-made or natural. Like ancient people that use conic section to the structure of their buildings, and not only in the past, because nowadays we still use conic section as a good way to make support system, like buildings, towers, bridges, and even the design of company buildings. So lastly, we can conclude that studying conic section is very helpful because it beautifies and enhances the structure of an architecture, and the best example of it is the architecture that we chose, which is the Colosseum. And that's all. Thank you for listening.
And that is the end of our presentation. Thank you and goodbye.